Okay. Okay, welcome. This webinar is about still having choices. So whether you're a school leaver that wants to progress, or maybe you're an adult who wants to retrain, upskill, or just learn a new hobby, we've still got options available for you. So this webinar is very much about asking us anything. Maybe you've still got questions or concerns about coming to college. Please do use this time to ask us anything. For those of you who've not attended one of our webinars before, we cannot see or hear you. So in order to ask us a question, you need to be typing it into the question bar. That question will then come through live to us and we can answer it live on air. If by the end of the webinar we've still not managed to answer your question, if we've not got round to asking your question, we will answer your question separately, or you could also email us at our email address, which is inquiries@abingdon-witney.ac.uk, and I shall also put that email address into the announcement box for you so that you can see that quite clearly. Okay, just bear with me whilst I do that. Okay, so that email address is now with you if you wanted to ask us any questions via email rather than live on air today. So this week's panel of experts, we have 3 members of our college team who I will ask to introduce themselves. So first up we have Nikki Almond. So Nikki, if you'd like to just say a few words about yourself, please.
Yeah, good morning everyone. My name is Nikki Almond and I'm the Head of Student Engagement. So my role here at the college is to oversee all aspects of student support right across all campuses and all students. It's not just our full-time students, this is for our adult students and our HE students as well. So my team includes the student advisors, who are the listening ears, so they're the emotional support team, the careers team, the learning support team, which could possibly be the LSAs or study coaches who can help you do your assignments to a higher standard. I also work with the dyslexia support team, the reception team, and also the bursary team, which is really about seeing if you are able to get extra financial support to break down those barriers which are stopping you learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Sue, if you would like to introduce yourself, please.
Yes, good morning everybody. My name is Sid Godfrey and I'm the Exams and Admissions Manager. So I can help you with any questions you have about enrolment or how you can still apply for one of the courses, any problems you're still having, and the same with any exam questions as well.
Thank you, Sue. Danni, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, I'm Danni Smith from the Student Engagement team and I oversee bursaries and financial support for students of all ages across all campuses. So do ask me any questions if you need some help with extra costs for your course.
Lovely, thank you very much, Danni. And just to introduce myself, my name is Rebecca Philbrook and I'm the Head of Higher Education at the college. So if you have any questions about our undergraduate programmes as well, particularly if you're still in clearing, then please do feel free to ask me anything. Okay, so we have questions coming in. Okay, so Nikki, if I could pose this one to you, please.
Yep.
Can I speak to someone if I'm unsure about what course or career I want?
Yes, yeah, that's a really good question. So we have a team of 3 full-time careers advisors, and the easiest way to get hold of them is to see on our website and go to careers@abingdon-witney.ac.uk, or you can ring through to our reception team at the campuses and any careers officer will be on site and they can help you. So at this moment in time, we're doing a lot of online face-to-face through Teams appointments, but we can also do that through phone as well. So please do get in touch regardless of your age or the course that you want, and we'll try and help you on the right path.
Thank you, Nikki. Danni, a question for you, if I may, please. This one says, it's so expensive. Are there any discounts available?
Right. Yes, depending on your age and your personal circumstances, you may be able to get a reduction in fees. The first protocol really is to speak to admissions to see if they can give you any discounts. Students under the age of 18 are funded for the main bulk of their course, but should they then need any help with any of the extra costs, like equipment or a uniform, which some of our courses require, then students can apply for a bursary, and they would apply online via our website. We also offer bursaries for students of all ages, so we have various bursaries. So if you do need help with your course, if you're applying to do a language course, or art and design part-time course, or any other course, do inquire with us. As if your course is funded, then we can possibly offer you some help, and you can apply for the bursary through our website by going to student support and then fees and bursaries. And if you do require any help applying for a bursary or have any further questions, then you can certainly email us at studentbursaries@abingdon-witney.ac.uk. So yeah, there are various options. If you still have fees that are not covered by a discount through the funding means or through our bursary, then you can speak to our finance office about possibly paying some of your fees in instalments.
Thank you very much, Danni. A question for Sue next. How do I apply? And I think this has come from a 16 to 18-year-old looking at the course type.
Right, okay. It's really simple to apply. What you need to do is go onto our website and go to the section for school leavers. Click on the drop-down box and there'll be various options depending on what category of course you'd like to apply for. So if you just click on the course that appeals to you, create a learner record for yourself, fill in the information that we require. Once we receive your application, we'll process it. The next step for you would be having a telephone interview with the tutor, and then we will go through the various steps from there.
Thank you very much, Sue. We have a question about our Futures programme, so I'm going to take this one if I may. So somebody is asking, what is a Futures programme and why is it so unique? Okay, that's a really good question actually. So we talk about our Futures programme very much at the college and we're very proud of it, and in fact it is award-winning as well. Our Futures programme is very much about developing the skills you need for your future career. So at the heart of your programme sits your vocational qualification. So whether that be in agriculture, hair and beauty, art and design, that's what your focus is, very much so, is about your vocational qualification. But around the edge of that, we also include in your Futures programme a Head Start, sort of an enrichment programme, professional and career development, which also includes work experience, additional support for things like English, maths and digital skills, and also additional sort of teaching and learning towards improving your English and maths as well. So even if you've already got that 4 in English and maths, we'll still try to stretch and challenge your skills in that area. So that really is our Futures programme in a nutshell. And just to let you know as well, the topics available for Futures, I'm going to read this list off for you. There's quite a few choices here. We've got agriculture, animal care and management, art and design, beauty and makeup artistry, business and enterprise, childcare, computing, construction, dance, engineering, equine studies, events and tourism, games development, hairdressing, healthcare and early years, life and work skills, media, motor vehicle, music technology, public services, performing arts and sport. There really is something for everybody here. Okay, let's just have a look at the questions coming in. 1 second. Okay, so a question, I'm not quite sure who to direct this to. I'm going to direct it to Sue for the moment, and it might be that others join in. Okay, So a question, I failed my maths GCSE. What help can I get with you? Can I retake even if I'm on a course?
Yes, you can. If you're on a full-time study programme, then it will be part of the elements that make up the full-time study programme. There's also additional help available from our study coaches. So we will do our best to help you achieve that grade 4 whilst you're still studying the full-time vocational qualification. Lovely,
thank you. If I could ask the person who's posed the question, if you're worried, please do send us an email at inquiries@abingdon-witney.ac.uk, and one of our curriculum team members can actually get in contact with you as well. So I hope that's okay. Okay. Nikki, if I may ask you a question, please. Obviously, a hot topic right now. How will you keep us safe from the virus?
Right, it is a very hot topic, which is changing every single day if you're watching the news. So at the moment, we have worked tirelessly with our Head of Health and Safety, also linking in with the Department for Education and Public Health England. And we are following all the stringent guidelines that need to be followed to ensure everybody's safety. So some of the things that we've got in place is we've got one-way systems. So if you may be a returning student, you'll find it very different. You might not be able to come in the door that you've always been coming in previously. So we've got one-way systems in the room. We've got a reduction of students being on site all the time. So for those students who are coming through to us, you'll find that you won't be doing your course on campus all the time. Some of it will be online learning and some of it will be on campus. We've also got a takeaway service in our canteen so that people aren't sitting in different bubbles. So all of the students will be in bubbles and they will be with their course groups for that whole day and with the main teachers. We've also got a series of hand sanitizers and lots of posters reminding people about hygiene and washing their hands for 20 seconds, etc. So I think, you know, as a college, we've done extremely well to put as many procedures and requirements in place to keep you safe.
Thank you, Nikki. An additional question there is that somebody has heard that we go on lots of trips and visits, and will that be happening this year?
Okay, so at this moment in time, we have made a decision that there will not be any trips and visits for the foreseeable future. Again, that reason is to keep you safe. When we're using a lot of the trips and visits are using transport, public transport, airplanes, you know, minibuses, and we've got to ensure that our young people are keeping safe. So that will be held off for the moment in time. But as I said right at the start, things are changing all the time, but we will try to ensure that you are still getting the best experience possible. So you may not be able to get out, but watch this space. We may be able to bring things to you virtually. That's
great. Thank you very much, Nikki. A question which I shall pose to myself, and it's about why should I choose Abingdon and Witney College above, you know, all of the other providers that are available. And I just wanted to let you know that obviously we are the most successful college in Oxfordshire. So out of all those colleges based in Oxfordshire, our students actually progress onto their chosen destinations far more often. They achieve far better results, and actually 95% of our students progress onto their chosen destinations. We're actually in the top 5% of all colleges nationally. We are an award-winning college with award-winning provision. You're taught by staff who are industry experts. So these are people who've actually worked in the area that they're teaching you about. So they really know how it works on the ground, so they can really help you develop your career. We've got state-of-the-art facilities. Now, as Nikki's just mentioned, not everybody will be on site, but those of you who do get to come on site, you will see that the facilities that we have are completely in line with what you would expect to see in the workplace. So, for example, our motor vehicle workshop, is how a motor vehicle workshop would be in real life. Our hair and beauty salons are exactly as you would imagine them to be. Sorry, I'm just getting the questions through. Okay, so a question here: for engineering courses which are very practical, how will that be organised? As I don't want to join a course, get a bus and maybe not have practical teaching. Now that is an excellent question. So it really depends what level you're doing when it comes to engineering courses. So for our students who are on maybe level 1 or level 2, there will be much more face-to-face practical work in our workshops at the college campus. For those on level 3, and actually we also offer level 4 and 5 in engineering, that will be much more of a blended approach. So part of the time will be spent within the workshops, and part of the time, so where it's just theory that needs to be taught, that would be online. Rest assured, if you apply with us, one of the first things that will happen is the tutors will contact you with a timetable that's incredibly clear about when you're expected to be on campus and when you're not. So you should never be in the position that you turn up to site and actually you haven't got a physical lesson, because we are very hot on communication, particularly due to COVID-19. So please, yeah, you won't get on a bus and end up arriving at college only to find that you haven't got a course, because your tutor will make it incredibly clear what your timetable expectations are. So I hope that's answered that for you. Okay, let's just have a look. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just reading through the questions that have come through. Nikki, I think maybe this one's for you. Can I go to university after completing a level 3 qualification at the college?
Yes is the predominant answer. So if you attend a level 3 and you do the 2 years with us, you would normally get sufficient points through UCAS points to be converted so that you can apply to university. So one of the key things is that we do with our level 3 students right in year 1, we start looking at which universities you wish to apply for, because that's the most important thing, is to choose those universities and also to see what the entry requirements are early in your first year, so that you know in that first year what you've got to aim for to get to that university of your choice. So yes is the answer, you can get to university. However, your choice of university is down to you and the grades that you get. So the harder you get, the better the university you can get to. And we've had a number of students who have gone through to the Russell Group universities. So it's definitely aspirations to get there.
Thank you, Nikki. Sue, a question for you. Do I need to come in and show you my results?
No, you do not have to come in and show us your results. We've approached the online enrolment and a very step-by-step approach to it. So depending on how far you've got through your online enrolment, you would have received an email giving you the link to where you need to go to log into your online account with information and instructions on how to upload your results. Now, if you're struggling to upload your results, then what you can do is take a picture of them and you can email them into us. And I think it's the same email address that was published earlier. So that's inquiries@abingdon-witney.ac.uk.
Okay, thank you very much, Sue. A question, I think, possibly for Nikki. If I start a course and feel it's not for me, what are my options in swapping to another course?
That's a really good question, actually, and we have a number of students each year who are like this, because when you're applying for a course, in many cases you're applying for it, you know, last year, sort of December, January, February, and we all change our mind, and actually when you get through and start the course, it might not be what you originally thought. So what we will do first of all is, if you don't like your course, you need to be speaking to someone and speak to your course leader and say, actually, you know, this is not what I originally thought it was going to be. So that course leader will have a conversation with you and try and pick and find out what it is that you want to do. So where, you know, your career aspirations going, because we need to make sure that whatever course we put you on, it is the right course. Then you will be recommended to have a meeting within 48 hours of you making this decision with one of our careers team, who will go through a very impartial meeting with you. You can bring parents along to that meeting. They can join us obviously through Teams. So, you know, it can be a family decision to help you make that choice, which is going to be the right one for the rest of the academic year.
Thank you, Nikki. A question about clearing, actually, which I'm really pleased about. Thank you. So what courses do we have via clearing? So we're still obviously open for clearing applications, and we've got a number of foundation degrees on offer. And again, I'll just read those for you. So we've got the foundation degree in animal behaviour and welfare, foundation degree in animal therapy and rehabilitation, foundation degree in business and management practice, foundation degree in early years, and a foundation degree in mechanical engineering. Those programmes are 2-year programmes, and you would end up with a level 5 qualification. We also have 2 full degree qualifications. So we've got 2 equine programmes. One is equine science and one is equine science and thoroughbred management. And then we've also got some top-up programmes. So if you've done a foundation degree before, or maybe an HND, you might be eligible to go straight into what's classed as the final year of a degree programme or a top-up programme. So we offer business and management practice, early childhood studies, animal behaviour and welfare, and animal therapy and rehabilitation. We've got 1 life sciences programme, which is classed as a year 0. So maybe you didn't do so well in your science A levels, but you do want to go into a scientific career. Well, the year 0 life sciences programme is just a 1-year programme and gives, I think it's automatic entry onto one of the scientific type qualifications based at Oxford Brookes. So that's all the courses that you can go through via our clearing opportunity. Nikki, I think this one's possibly for you as well. How do I know if I'm suitable for a course?
That's a really interesting question. And I think for somebody who is posing that question, it could mean they're not quite sure what they want to do. So, you know, my recommendation would be to speak to one of the careers advisors so that we can help unpick exactly where you would like to do, where you'd like to go, and actually help you make that right choice. And we can do that whenever you like. So I think for me, that's how I've interpreted that question. So if I've misinterpreted it in something else, please pop it into the chat. But, you know, we can help you make those right decisions.
Thank you. Danni, if I could ask you a question about adult bursaries particularly. So this is a student who wants to do an adult programme and wants to know if there's any support in their fees that they could get from the college, please.
Right, yes, it does depend on which course you wish to do. Quite a lot of our adult courses will be funded, and so will be eligible for our 19+ bursary. The 19+ bursary is for courses at level 2 or below, but we do have some level 3 courses that students apply for in, say, AAT or hairdressing or beauty, and some of those students will be eligible to apply for the Advanced Learner Loan. We also have a fund called the Advanced Learner Loan Bursary. So to apply for the Advanced Learner Loan, the student would need to do that through Student Finance England on their website. And at the same time, the student can apply for their Advanced Learner Loan Bursary with us. But we are not actually able to assess the application for the Advanced Learner Loan Bursary until we've got approval, we've got notification that that you've been approved for the actual Advanced Learner Loan. So the Advanced Learner Loan would cover your tuition fees for that level 3 or above course, and the bursary, the Advanced Learner Loan Bursary, would cover additional costs. It may include books or uniform or any kit, and it can also contribute towards childcare. So that's the Advanced Learner Loan Bursary. The 19+ bursary Also for other adult courses, we would certainly be able to check for you whether your particular course is eligible for that. And then again, you would be able to have some contribution to your tuition fees and also towards additional costs, including childcare and travel to college.
Thank you, Danni. Sue, I'm going to pose this to you, but I'm conscious that obviously there's quite a few of us that could probably chip in here as well. And it's about all of the stuff, if you like, that's gone on in the media about grades, particularly sort of GCSEs and A levels. And the question is, how can I be sure that I get the grade that I deserve? Which is quite a tricky one, I think. But Sue, if you could start.
Yes, that's a good question. It is very tricky. Yeah, very tricky, because a lot of them were centre assessed grades. So your tutors would have been looking at all of the work that you've done and assessing the appropriate grade for you. So it is a particularly tricky one. With the new announcements with GCSEs and BTECs, is that you will be given the grade that you were assessed to be at. So whatever was done by the tutors, that's the grade that you will receive. Certainly with GCSEs, there will be an opportunity to do a resit in November for your maths and your English, and I think that's probably all I can say at the moment.
Okay, thank you. Nikki, did you want to add anything to that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, it is like Sue said, it's a really difficult world that we live in at the moment. And, you know, for young people, you know, with these grades, I'm sure it has been, you know, really confusing for everybody, for young people and for parents. But, you know, I think it's about communication. You know, if you are a school leaver, you know, by all means, it's about going back to your school and asking about those teacher assessed grades, you know, and if you're a student here, you know, it is, if you're unsure in that first instance, you know, talk to your tutor, who was your tutor, and have that conversation. But as Sue said, you know, there is the opportunity to do the resits in the GCSEs, and for our BTEC qualifications, I know unfortunately, you know, quite a number of those still haven't been released, but I've been told that they're very imminent to be released shortly, so that might help alleviate some fears of people not knowing what they've got or if they've got the right grades.
Thank you, Nikki. A brief question, Nikki, if you wouldn't mind just staying, what are lessons like? Could you answer that one?
I could tell you for the last 20 years what lessons were like. What lessons are going to be like in 2020? I think it's going to be a very interesting time for all of us. However, what I will reassure you is that the staff in this college give 110%, if not more, to planning their lessons, to making sure that their lessons are engaging, to making sure that you are learning at the right pace for you and pushing you to learn a little bit more. So, you know, the classrooms are going to be set up very similar to exam style classrooms. So I think just so that you can get an image in your mind, if you're in a classroom, it will be the desks in front of each other. So we're not doing any group work as such in little blocks or in little horseshoes. But the staff have worked extremely hard. We have been teaching online since March. So the staff have become very confident and very competent in creating some really engaging lessons online, and I know that they absolutely can't wait to get back into a classroom and see real people and, you know, work with you to engage you on your journey of learning.
Thank you, Nikki. A question here. Sorry, Nikki, one for you again.
Yeah.
Who can I speak to either in a phone call or face to face if I really don't know which course to do and feel nervous about starting college?
Okay, so there's a couple of people to talk to. My first instance would be to contact the careers email, so that's careers@abingdon-witney.ac.uk. That will go into a central box. Excuse me, and then what we'll have is one of the careers officers will give you a phone call to start with. And then if we need to have that meeting virtually, we can have that meeting virtually with you as well. If you're feeling really anxious, do you know that's normal? That's really, really normal. And I've seen that in the last few weeks with staff coming back on site, you know, and everybody's feeling really anxious about what's going to happen for the next period of time. There's going to be lots of guidance on our college website. Please look at that. We have a whole raft of a team which will support you emotionally as well. If you're feeling that actually you can't cope with some of that anxiety, we'll have some special group sessions that you can join into to help you manage that anxiety just that little bit more. But if you're feeling anxious about coming back to college, that is really, really normal at this moment in time. And it's normally normal in September. I think we see a lot of anxious people, but once you're in for a few days, you'll feel that actually it wasn't such a scary place.
Thank you, Nikki. Question asked, if you'd like some more information, please do contact us. Our contact details are available on our website, so please have a look and get in touch. We're more than happy to help. A question quite similar actually to that one, which I think I'll take, and it's from an adult saying about being terrified of going back into education, and should I be? Absolutely not. You really shouldn't be scared of coming back into education. Our students are from all backgrounds, abilities, age groups, and courses that are for adults are just that. They are for people who are aged 19 and above. And our substantial part-time and our full-time programmes also have built-in tutorial sessions, so you do get that opportunity to have that one-to-one support with your tutors. And as Nikki said as well, our tutors are fantastic. You could ask them anything via email, or we use Teams at college, so we have chat functions, so you can ask them questions via chat as well. And they're more than happy to help you. And if they don't know the answer, I can guarantee they will know somebody who does know the answer, so they'll be able to point you in the right direction. And just to bear in mind that we do have outstanding student support provision within this college, and we're Matrix accredited. It is an excellent service. We've received nothing but positive comments from our students about the support that they receive during our programmes, and that actually is for all age groups. So I'm not just talking about adults there, that is from our 16-year-olds right up until our 90-year-olds. We really do have support there for everybody. Nikki, did you want to add anything to that at all about being an adult within the college?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think for any adult thinking about coming back into education, and there may be circumstances due to COVID that you're thinking about changing your career, again, the careers team can help guide you in developing, you know, that specifically those electronic CVs, because it's not so much paper CVs now, so they can pull out all those transferable skills, and make sure that you're accessing the right course with us here at college, which is going to help with your progression. And you know, I agree with Rebecca, what she was saying about, you know, the matrix and the support that we have. You know, we do have some outstanding comments from our students right across the board, and employers that we work with as well, so that the support is exactly as you would expect, you know, in the college of our calibre. We are outstanding with our support, and no question is too silly. And any request will be looked at and see whether or not we can help you. For us, the most important thing, especially as an adult student, is there's a number of barriers that might be in your way as regards to coming back into learning or accessing learning financially. And as you know, Danni has said before, there is an awful lot of support that we can put in place. So just ask us the question if something is stopping you coming back in.
Thank you very much, Nikki. Sue, if I may ask you a question, please, about what courses are there available to adults? Could you give a brief kind of rundown of the types of qualifications we have?
The qualifications, yes, we have a variety of levels of AAT. We have counselling skills, right from a level 1 to a 2-year level 4 course. We have RHS, horticultural qualifications. We have childcare, a whole range of different types of courses, and again they're available on the website, as well of course as those leisure courses in art and design, in pottery, in genealogy, all sorts of different types of courses, and they're run in a variety of different locations as well. So not only on the main sites in Abingdon and Witney, we've also got a centre in Oxford, and we also use different locations around Oxfordshire as well. So hopefully you should be able to find something quite near you that suits you.
Thank you very much, Sue. I would just like to add to that as well, we have the part-time guide, so that should have been delivered directly to your door. So that predominantly has all of our adult courses in it. Actually, hang on, if I can just send myself live. So it looks like this, and it's actually got all of our part-time and our full-time actually adult courses available within it. You can also have a look at or browse these courses on our college website, so please do have a look. There are around 600 different courses that you could potentially do as an adult within the college. Sorry, just looking at the questions. Oh, Nikki, one for you again, sorry. Can I get help with looking for jobs whilst I'm at college?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we have, again, a number of people who are able to support you. The careers team can direct you. We use a program platform for careers, it's called Eclipse. And if you can log on to that, you'll get an idea of exactly what employers are looking for, so you can see about those skills that you're learning at that moment in time. And on there it's also linked to the DirectGov website, so if you can actually put in the different jobs that you're looking for, and it will give you clear applications that are coming through at this moment in time. We also have a number of employers who do use us as an advertising for their own recruitment, and we put this up on our careers teams page, so all students will have access to that. So we can help you develop those skills with the careers teams to put CVs together. But in terms of any jobs that are out there at the moment that are shared with us, that will all be on the careers teams page that every student can access and have a look at.
Thank you, Nikki. Just had a question through about the different sort of levels of qualification that we offer. What do they mean and what do I need, etc. So I thought I'd take this one for you. So we offer qualifications at level 1 and actually pre-level 1 as well. So those are the equivalent to a grade 3 to 1 at GCSE. And to get onto those types of programmes, you don't really need any formal qualifications. Please do check our website, as we've mentioned a few times, about what the entry qualifications are, but generally for our level 1 and below courses, few or no formal qualifications are required at all. Our level 2 qualifications are the equivalent to a grade 9 to 4 at GCSE, and for those you need 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or above to attend. And that is, again, that's a very general entry requirement. So again, it is worth checking the specific course that you want to do on our website and what those entry requirements are. Our level 3 programmes are the equivalent to 3 A levels. So as Nikki mentioned earlier, they are enough to get you into university or into graduate schemes. So for those ones, you need 5 GCSEs at grade 4 or above, and that normally includes maths and English. However, as with our previous question, you can also retake maths and English, one or the other, with us at level 3. We also offer programmes right up to level 6, which is degree level. So our higher education programmes at level 4 are the equivalent to a first year at university. Level 5 is equivalent to the second year at university, and level 6 is equivalent to the 3rd year in university, and those are our undergraduate level programmes, and those are all available to you as well. So again, if you've got any questions or if you're interested, please do have a look at the courses that we have on our website. There is quite a straightforward button there that you press to apply, or also to actually just inquire about the course if you wanted some more information as well. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading through the questions. Nikki, I wonder if you could answer this one. So we had a question about whether there was help getting jobs whilst at college. Is it possible to work whilst studying at college as well?
Yes, that is a good question, and one that we get asked an awful lot. So it is possible to work while you're at college, and actually your financial circumstances or your personal circumstances will be that is a need that you have to do. So once you've applied and you're enrolled with it, you'll get your timetable, and then that timetable should be from about the 2nd week in, the same timetable that you should have for the rest of the year. So my recommendation is looking at that and then seeing which are the days that you're available to work. However, that said, you do need to also be aware that it's really important to ensure that you're giving enough time to your studies and not outweighing that because you're getting extra shifts at work, and it's really lovely to earn lots of money, but at that point, if you don't give enough time to your studies, you won't get the grade outcome to progress and move through with your career. So it's really about a healthy balance. So we wouldn't recommend any more than sort of working about 7 hours a week on top of a full-time course.
Thank you, Nikki. I just thought actually when I was talking about the different levels, and also you were answering the question about working alongside studying, that we haven't mentioned apprenticeships. So obviously we are an award-winning apprenticeship provider as well. Our apprenticeship provision was graded outstanding in our last Ofsted inspection. We have a large team here that can not only help you find an apprenticeship, but will also support you throughout the duration. My area of expertise is in the degree level apprenticeships, of which we offer 3, but we also offer obviously apprenticeships at all different levels. And if you're interested in those particular courses, then please do have a look at the apprenticeship section on our website, because as I say, we can also help you find an apprenticeship placement as well as supporting you throughout that. As you can imagine, it's slightly tricky at the moment in regards to finding those placements, but our team, as I say, is there to do their utmost best to try and find you a placement that's absolutely perfect for you. Okay, so I'm conscious that we haven't got any further questions. So what I'm intended to do is to close down the webinar now. If you do have a question, please do pose it now, whilst I'm just giving our closing statements, as it was. So it just leaves for me then to thank our panelists for attending today, and thank you to those who have viewed this webinar, and also to those of you who will view it on demand via YouTube, etc. Again, if we have any unanswered questions for you, please do email us at inquiries@abingdon-witney.ac.uk, and please do go to our website. There is so much information on there about everything that we've talked about today, all of the courses available, support, careers advice, anything to do with your results is also on there, our enrolments for September, how that's happening. So there's an awful lot of information on there. So I really do hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you once again for attending. Goodbye.